Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I've got an unbalanced rack, only one vowel. So how to sort this rack out? Probably minx looks best. Yep, I'm not seeing anything better. Wow, from one vowel to no vowels. Is this the time to change? Well, it could be. Minx may well attract a parallel play, taking out the only vowel. And these consonants are very non-synergetic, so it will be difficult to play off four of them. Although through an I do have high. But even if opponent changes, I think changing would be better than playing high, taking into account score and rack leave. So if I change, I keep just the R. I think the other candidate change would be retaining D and R. But with both blanks unplayed, I think keeping just the R is better. Wow, this is quite unusual. Opponent has no rating, but my seek requests requires a rating of 1400 or above, so I don't quite know how that has happened, but we shall see. Okay, opponent does play A, not helpful. I am changing, and I am keeping just the R. So through an I would have groovily. Will that stay available? It may. If opponent's got a vowel to go to the right of the W, they may well play in column 11. Do leave a message below if you can explain the ratings issue which I set out, because I am curious. Virology is the anagram of groovily, and that starts just one square above the I. So theoretically could play when groovily is blocked. So I did I match this? I did match my opponent. Let's just go back up. How did they end up getting matched? Well, they're there with a rating of 1765. Now, I also don't know what this gold colour means. I haven't seen it before. I can see blue, purple and green. I don't know what any of these colours means, but the gold colour is new. So what if, heavens forfend, both bingos are blocked? What am I going to do? Well, I do have an O for going to the right of the W. So I could play Vog or Vlog in that spot. It is, of course, possible for that to be blocked as well as the bingos. Vog also plays and Vlog above MI. So I do have options on the board as it stands. Wax takes a Y after it, as does N. But I don't have much which goes after the I, just an O, so I can't see how I can play that and a Y at the end of wax. I've no idea what this French expression means. In 2 hours. Nope, not getting that. So, has opponent blocked my bingos? Well, they have blocked virology. BER not good. However, groovily does play, because Bell is good. Fantastic. So, I have a 60-point lead. This rack is balanced. There are two vowels, but it's very non-bingo-y. However, I think it's fairly easy to sort out. Up by is good, by is good. Through an E, I would have pre-by. And look at this, there's a very nice Y spot underneath this B. So at the moment, up by in row J is my preference. And that may well stay available. I've got IN for going in front of G. So I have burying and burping. But burying is quite nice, turning over 6 tiles. There's very little on this rack worth keeping. Although, were I to play up by, then RIN is quite nice, goes well with any vowel. Just 4 points for opponent. Yeah, and I think this is best. Oh wow, not a good pick. But playing up by did retain IN for this G. So I do have linting. I think that's good. It does take a front F and G, however. 2 Gs have gone and no Fs. So I'm 100 points up with opponent on turn. Could there be a bingo through this G? No, I don't think there can. I've got nitrile on my rack as a 6. Not seeing anything through U and P. So a pretty wretched rack all round. 12 for opponent. So what about doing this? Lining, keeping TR, which is a nice set. The X has gone. Oh wow, this is setting up a monstrous Q spot. As will any ING word. I don't have a vowel for going to the right of the W. Gosh, this is tricky. I think I am going to take this Q risk. I think there's a 50% chance I draw the Q myself and that spot may get taken anyway. Well, 6 random tiles. So, not totally surprised to be this far away from a bingo. I've got the un prefix. I've got the ED ending. So, how to sort this rack out? I can play undue and we, setting up another huge Q spot. Opponent, well, I know so little about opponent with this 0 rating. So in that situation, it's quite tempting to go for tile turnover. And score. I'm going to struggle to score much with this rack. However, can I get my D next to the A? I think I do want to play off both U's. They are non-bingo-y. And if I play both U's, I can't have a play ending ED. Let me quickly check these floaters in case I have a bingo. 2 U's automatically makes you think you don't, but with the un prefix, you may. Nothing with the L. I. How about the N? And I've also got the under prefix with UE. Nope, not seeing anything. So I'm going back to this play. Undue for 17. Wow, fantastic. I draw an S and a blank. Surely I have a bingo. Great, opponent had the Q, but not an I to go with it. Now, I have snorers in column 12, but that doesn't get doubled. It plays precisely in between the 2 double word squares. So, do I have anything with the blank as an F or a G? Nothing with the blank as an F or a G. So I think I need to go through the alphabet for the blank. And I'm looking for a bingo which hits a double word square. So, Serrano, does that do the job? It also starts next to the U. And does Serrano have an anagram? I think it does, but I'm not seeing it. Scorner and corners. No, neither of those gets doubled. Droners. Droners does get doubled. So, do I play it? I think I do. There's no other word which is going to score more unless it overlaps more of undue. And that's going to require two vowels together. Well, I'm only starting with two vowels, so I think that's very unlikely. I am going with this. Wow, I was hoping to draw an F or a G to take out the hotness of column 1. Both have eluded me. But I do have a scoring tile in the H. And, not surprisingly, given the vowel drought at the beginning, I'm hitting a few more vowels now. I can play who in column 11. It would be nice to play off one more vowel, but I'm not seeing how to do that. Who also plays in column 12 for more points, I think. Yeah, and taking out the hotness of row B. It's not just the Q that can go in front of the U. And a 5-letter play could get 40 or 50 points in that spot. From a T, I would have toe heroa. That doesn't quite play in column 5. Still one blank to come. And 3 S's. Wow, that's a lot. I suspect there may have been plays slightly better than droners. I note that it's the blank that's next to W-E. But S doesn't go next to that. N does. So maybe there was a play beginning with N. I don't know. 12 minutes on opponent's clock, 14 on mine. And I lead by 140. Row D has some hotness because of chin and cheese. I like droners because it doesn't take any hooks at the end, so I'm not creating a lane in row M. And no vowels next to premium squares. That was the other feature which attracted me to the play. Wed only takes an S. Well, I'm surprised I haven't seen any candidate plays apart from who and oh ho. 17 for opponent. They burn an S. Still one H to come. What does who score down here? That scores 25. That scores 25. Row O not particularly dangerous because opponent would have to have the H or the blank under the C. Although they may play in column 8. All these E's and A's to come, I could get really choked up with them. But what can I do? Just not seeing anything other than who. And I am playing up here to take out row B, and because if I play in row O, I'm setting up a new 7-letter lane, which I don't wish to do. Who for 25? Great, I don't draw more vowels. This looks close to a bingo. Tampera from a T. Still no F or G. I'm not seeing a 7 with this rack. Do I have anything with the L? No. How about the I? No. N? No. So slim pickings, but I do have scoring tiles. Sack takes a K and an S after it. I don't particularly want to preserve features of this rack. Opponent plays a blank for just 26 points. I think almost any rack leave is going to be good. Onto a D, I would have pre-armed. PUH is good. But I can only get that to play once. I don't have an O for oh no. Just thinking about playing in column 13. Nom is good, as is Do. But I don't have anything, I don't have a way of splitting up the R's. There are no R's to come. What about doing this? Par for 25 points. Yeah, quite decent. An okay rack leave. Sorting out duplicate E's is a lot easier than some other tiles. 3 O's to come. Just wondering about preserving the P for PUH. 2 S's to come, and the P is a blank, so I think extending this to Mara isn't really worthwhile doing. So I'm going with par. And opponent resigns. Okay. And the final score, 139 to opponent, 285 to me, a winning margin of 146 points. Let's see what I missed. Well, that was a bit of a strange one. So it was me to go first, and I play Minx. Opponent's rack, pretty fantastic. A ton of bingos, and they play Wax. No vowels, and I change. Yeah, and I still like that. Opponent has a tricky bingo to spot, writable, through the Eye of Minx, plays B, and I have Groovily for 71. Opponent plays Log, and I play up by for 34. 5 more points on offer in the same spot for Briny. May have been worth doing, but INR is a nice rack leave. Missed bingo, Twitter, A11, parallel to Wax. And I play Linting for 18. Opponent's rack, choice of bingos. Plays Brew. And I play Undue for 17, and although the best play is 10 points more, it's keeping 2 U's, so I like my play. Horrible rack for opponent, apart from the blank. 70 points on offer through this U. And they played Chi for 31. My rack, so Serrano, N5, and Brews for 70, because of all the points from Brew, but opening access to row O. So instead I played Droners for 69, so nothing obviously better. Opponent has concaves, A4 through this N, plays Sack. I play Who for 25, I4, Opar good, that would have been nice, 35 points. Opponent plays Jeep, Phew, no miss bingo, and this is the Mara play I was thinking of, but with 2 S's unseen. I didn't want to open column 15, so I play par. And opponent resigns with this rack. So, as I say, a strange game with opponent having a rating of 0, despite my despite him appearing with a much higher rating on the list of people with ratings over 1400. I think from the quality of their play, they probably are not of 1400 standard. But whenever you're in this situation, you're still in the same situation as if you're playing the best computer or the best player in the world, of having to do the best you can with your own racks. So thanks to Opponent for the game. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.